Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and welcome back to another video. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of videos for you guys tonight, or today, whenever you're watching 3 or 4 videos. Some to start off the month of October with horror, but also some uh, nice guy named, get his YouTube username correct, ShadicTheReviewGuy. A few weeks ago actually sent me a message saying that he was buying some stuff off my Amazon wish list, and I thought that was very nice of him, so I said thank you, and then I said, hey, is there anything you would like for me to do? And so the deal was he would send me another film that he wanted a review for, and also, give him a shout out. He actually sent, I'm not sure if you can see it. It has a little message saying, "Hi Matt / Rambo Raft for life. I enjoy your content on YouTube, but I hope you have a fun time with all the films. I also enjoy your Ghostbusters reboot rant. I hope you have a great day. From Zach / Shattuck, the review guy." And he didn't ask for this part, but I'm going to put the link down below to his YouTube channel. And he's reviewing movies. He's been reviewing, I think, for a year now, and he's reviewed like the Ghostbusters do one, and the Shallows, and quite a few other stuff. And also, he wanted me to review. Also, I believe his birthday was a week or two ago. I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, but happy birthday and thank you. So again, it's Shattuck, the review guy. I'll put his YouTube channel down below. Thank you so much for the gifts, and good luck with your channel. As long as you're having fun doing it, and that's really all I can say. As long as you're having fun doing it, that's really all I can say. I don't have any advice or anything because I don't. But he also wanted me to review this film, Keanu, which is a flick from the minds of Key and Peele, and pretty much the story is these two guys who I believe are cousins, and one day this kitten comes across this guy here who's holding it and takes care of it, and then goes out with his cousin, comes back, and the kitten is missing, and he's like, what's going on? And looks into some info as to who stole his kitten. And it's trying to take the piss out of action movies of that ilk, because it is rated R. I'll get more into that when I review it. You'll be seeing a review right after this. But he also sent me 4 other movies which were on my wish list. First off, Missing in Action 2, The Beginning. So I now have pretty much all the Chuck Norris movies I can get on Blu-ray, other than like Breaker or something like that. But yeah, Silent Rage for some reason is not out on Blu-ray. I don't know why. That's one of his best ones for Chuck Norris. And like Sidekicks, that never even got a... I don't even know if it has a DVD release. If it did, it's out of print. But other than that, I have Missing Action 1 and 3. Now I have Missing Action 2, The Beginning, which this is actually my favorite of the Missing Action films. And it gets hated on a lot, but the reasons I don't get, it's too much exploitation. And I'm like, this is exploitation? Okay, cool. I think that's a compliment. Yeah, I really enjoy that one. That's one of my favorite Chuck Norris films. And then 2 Stallone films from my Stallone Blu-ray collection. Lockup, great movie, one of my favorite films that takes place in a prison. I think Stallone did a great job. Donald Sutherland is a wonderful villain. You have great supporting cast like Sonny Landham, Frank McRae, Tom Sizemore. Although the director, John Flynn, did a really good job. The only features is like little makedowns from back in the day, like a 5-6 minute behind the scenes, a little something called Sylvester Stallone profile, the trailer. So unfortunately, but I wanted the film. I love the film. Very underrated Stallone film. One of his better performances. Really enjoy this one. And then this one is a film I liked okay. It has its problems, but it's better than shit that has come out lately. And that's The Specialist. To be honest, my problem with the film is Sharon Stone. I don't think her story, her subplot is that interesting. I didn't really buy their chemistry or their sex scenes. Honestly, it would have been more interesting if it was just about Stallone and James Woods butting heads and going sort of a versus movie between those two guys. Because Stallone and James Woods are great. And again, it was more about them butting heads with each other, face to face. Or hell, it would have been interesting if James Woods was the good guy and Sylvester Stallone was the bad guy. That would have been extremely interesting. Do you imagine that? James Woods, who you could easily see as the underdog because Stallone's much bigger and stronger and plus dealing with explosives. And that would have been really interesting too. Maybe if this is an explosion movie, if it was James, whether it be Stallone and James Woods and Stallone's the good guy, or James Woods, Stallone, James Woods is the good guy. If it was just about them dealing with explosions, it definitely would have been a lot better movie than, say, Blown Away. Like, take Blown Away, but make it with Stallone and James Woods, or James Woods and Jeff Bridges and Stallone as the bad guy, like Tommy Lee Jones was, just without the Irish accent, whatever the hell Tommy Lee Jones had in Netflix. But I liked the film, but it could have been a lot better. And whenever I do a Stallone marathon, I don't know when, I'll explain more of that. But I liked the film. I liked the film overall. And I pretty much have all the Stallone films I need on Blu-ray. The only one is like Get Carter, but that's way too expensive. It's, I guess, like out of print or something. So right now it's all good. So thank you very much for that. And as well as Central Intelligence, the Blu-ray unrated. So it's got some fucks in it that wasn't in the theatrical cut because theatrical was PG-13. So you have Kevin Hart saying fuck quite a few more times. Not quite a few, but a few more times. At least 5 or 6 more times throughout the film, which is nice. And some little added footage about 8-9 minutes, little bit stuff with characters. But it was nice seeing an unrated cut of this. I really enjoyed this film. It's definitely be in my top 5 of the year. I was surprised by this. Definitely surprised. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Central Intelligence. I had a lot of fun with this film. And the extras are unrated as well. Will you view it rated or unrated? It has both versions of the film, PG-13 and unrated. So, I really liked that one. So those were gifts from Shattuck, the movie guy. The review guy, I should say. Shattuck, the review guy. And thank you very much for that. I know some people get mad when people send me stuff. It's like, people have to send you stuff? I'm like, people ask me. And yes, I'm going to say yes. Unless it's something that I really don't want, and then I don't want people to waste their money. Like, there was another guy who wanted to send me the Young Indiana Jones DVD set, and I declined because I'm not a big fan of the series. Just for me, Indiana Jones, if it's not Harrison Ford, I'm not really interested. And he's in like one episode for like a teeny cameo and just one of them. And I'm like, I have no problem with the actor who I think is Sean Patrick Flannery. It's just, I don't really care to watch that anytime soon. And I know there's a lot of episodes. I just have no interest. And I didn't want that person to waste money shipping it out and waste time going to the post office. And that's when I'll decline something. But especially if something from my Amazon wish list, no, I'm not going to decline. And no, people don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything at all. but I'm greedy and I'll take it. But you don't have to. No one has to do anything. Again, this is a hobby. This is for fun. This isn't a job. It's just, I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't mean that in the rude way. I'm just being honest. Being a straight shooter. Some people would say too honest or too much. But either way, thank you very much, man, for the gifts. It was very kind of you to do so. Thank you for the gifts of these 4 films, which are on my Amazon wish list. Pretty much complete my Chuck Norris and Stallone collections, because the other ones are not out or never been released on Blu-ray, or it's way too expensive. And then this one, film that came out this year, I really enjoyed. I'm glad to have this, so thank you so much for that, man. And next up, I will have a review of Keanu, which is what he requested. And then after that, I'm going to upload 2 reviews that I pre-recorded of revisiting some horror. One's a creature feature, and one's a horror film that, well, one's a revisit, and one I haven't reviewed yet. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in a bit.